Okay, let's get started into the defensive side of the ball. We all know how tough it is to make a stop in this year's game, but with a solid strategy, we can start to shut down what people like to do most online. And what better place to start with the run game? Stopping the run and your opponent becomes one-dimensional, right? Now, the run isn't as popular as it was last year, but it's still a pretty easy way to get consistent yards. Outside runs like stretch aren't as good, actually aren't nearly as good in my opinion, though I'll probably do a video on that down the road. But inside runs like inside zone and halfback dive are still very, very good. So let's start there. Unfortunately, this tip is ability based, so you'll have to go out and get the inside stuff ability. So that's pretty straightforward in Ultimate Team. Just go, pay the training, put that on your run stopping defensive tackle or defensive end. But in regs, you can use the Packers with Kenny Clark, like I'll be using here. The ability is very nice on its own, but we'll go over one small trick to make it shut down nearly every inside run. So what you're going to want to look for, other than, of course, that inside stuff player, you're going to look for a formation that has a nose tackle. So an odd front, like nickel 3-3-5 wide or 3-4 odd, and there's a number of other ones like that, but you want a nose tackle that's aligned head up on the center. So in this case, we'll just pick nickel 3-3-5 wide, and we'll put Kenny Clark at the defensive tackle spot. Doesn't really matter which play you pick, I'm pretty sure, so I'll just go with cover 4 show 2 here, and we'll start with this really pesky inside zone at a gun tray wide flex that's really, really difficult to stop without this. So I won't really show and get into why this particular play or other inside runs are really strong this year. I think you guys probably come across this or other, people abusing halfback dive or whatever and have been frustrated with it because you don't have any ways of stopping it. Like you can stop it for, 3 yards or so, but it's really, really hard to stuff them at the line or perhaps behind the line. But if you have a formation like this, it allows this inside stuff defender to get a single team on the center, so that allows that inside stuff ability to take place and him to just essentially blow by that center. If there was a double team, like you often see if it's a 4 down front, or if these guys are placed head up or outside of the tackles, like in a dollar front, then you're going to see a double team on this guy and you're not going to get any sort of effective run stuffing here. But in this case, it's quite nice, and you see he just blows right past that guy and stuffs the halfback in the backfield. Now, there's going to be quite a few things to consider here, but one of them is that once you see that guy, blow past the center, you're going to want to click on and try to make a tackle because he doesn't do a good job himself, unless, like in that case that I just showed you there, where the running back just directly runs right into him. But it is possible to, run around him and get a few extra yards. So what I would suggest, again, once you see that star light up, you just click on and then come there and try to make a tackle on that running back. So this is a tip that everybody at all skill levels is going to benefit from, but there is a tiny bit of skill that you got to add on to that in terms of clicking on and make sure that you get that tackle in the backfield. It could be worth trying, like if you're playing on Ultimate Team, getting somebody that's a little bit quicker, like a Richard Seymour that has a little bit of speed, a little bit of agility, so that when you blow past that center, that you can get that running back in the backfield. So just to quickly recap, we want that inside stuff ability on the nose tackle that's head up on the center, and we want to make sure that he gets a single team. And one of the good ways to do that is picking a odd front where these defensive ends are aligned inside tightly, though I'll get into that a little bit later on where even that's maybe not so necessary. But here's where things start to break down that we're going to have to account for. So if they are running inside zone to the right, it's not going to be as nice because he sheds to the left every time. Although he blows things up, he goes the wrong way and isn't able to make a play. Or in certain formations, for whatever reason, he'll get double teamed by the center and the guard, and he won't be able to make that play again. Now here's where the tip is. What you're going to want to do is spy him. Okay, so for whatever reason, if you put him in a spy, he's never going to get double teamed. Plus, it doesn't matter if they're running inside zone to the left or inside zone to the right, he's going to take the better path for his block shed. So again, this goes back to putting a more athletic guy here, because if they end up passing, you want somebody with a little bit of speed to run down the quarterback. So in this case, I put him on a spy, and you see he blows by, and he goes to the right and catches that running back. And so same formation, same play here, just flipped going to the left, just to show you that it works either way. You see that he goes to the left, and I didn't even need to click on, he made the stuff. So just to really show how great this is, we'll just go against a bunch of random inside handoffs here. And then on defense, I just picked a cover 2 at a 3-4 odd. Again, the formation doesn't matter too much, just you want that guy right there at the nose position. And of course, you're going to want to spy him. It doesn't work against every inside handoff, like draws, like fullback dives and stuff like that. The ability doesn't kick in for whatever reason, but you don't see those too often anyway. These are by far the most popular runs that you're gonna want to do this against. This one's kind of interesting where you have a fullback here. Sometimes what happens is that the tackle will shed immediately and then the fullback will take over on that. But then that just leaves one less defender or one less blocker, and you can clean up with your user. So in here, I spied the guy, and in this case, he made the play regardless. Here we got I form close, halfback dive, one of the most favorite runs in the game. In that case, yeah, I kind of ran into them there, but you saw he just blew into the backfield. Here we have a strong I formation. In this case, because it is a over-rotated offense, your defense auto-aligns kind of, but you can just base align that, shift him back into his regular spot, and the same thing will happen. And obviously, this is going to be really nice at the goal line where you got to make sure that they don't gain even an inch. And you get that in this case, yeah. I mean, I ran into him again, but still you want to click on and make that tackle. Now, like I was saying before, this isn't going to work against fullback dive or the quarterback sneaks, potentially against power as well. But, at the very least, the best possible inside runs, which are inside zone, halfback dive, are not going to have any chance against you. So you're going to have to force them to run toss or stretch, which aren't as good as this year, or, be creative with 0-1 traps and stuff like that. But again, you're going to be nice here because this guy's just going to get in the backfield every time and just really make things difficult for your opponent. Now, I should say that if you want to counter this, the best thing is to get a top-of-the-line center. So I don't know if there's a run-blocking threshold or something like that, but if I put back Hudson, so initially there I was just swapping Hudson and Gabe Jackson. Hudson's really top-notch center. If I do the same thing right here, you see that he blocks it much better. Now we still get the disengage, but it's way better than getting blown up in the backfield. But if you're playing Ultimate Team now, they're pretty sure there's no centers that can handle this. Right now, it's working pretty well. This guy's getting a bunch of tackles in the backfield, but later down the road, once these players start getting better, then it might be an issue there, though maybe there's also a ratings if the defensive tackle is also better on the block shedding. I don't know, I haven't dived too deep into it, but for now, get that inside stuff on your on your nose tackle. Pick one of these odd fronts, put a spy on him, preferably somebody a little bit quicker like the Richard Seymour. You're going to be great in the inside run game, and then you're also going to have somebody to chase down those scrambling quarterbacks, at least to some ability. Okay, definitely leave a like, and if you guys like this one, and hopefully the next one's coming soon after this. Okay, that's it for this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.